What's up everyone, it's Kovarks here, back on the Kovarks Sports channel, and today we are going to be giving you our predictions for the Ohio State Buckeyes. They went to the national championship last year and lost. They did win the Big Ten. This team, they did lose some key players. Shaun Wade at the cornerback position, Justin Fields at the quarterback position, and Trey Sermon at running back. However, at running back, they do have Master Teague. He was great. They have C.J. Stroud at quarterback. Yes, he is a freshman, but he should be he should be good enough to win them some big games, especially later in the season. They have a great wide receiver core with Chris Olave. He led them in receiving yards last year. Garrett Wilson was close behind him, and he is also returning, so they should be pretty good on offense. Defense, they do lose quite a bit, but it's Ohio State. They're going to reload. This is still going to be a really good team. So, let's go ahead and look at the schedule. Actually, I do have to say one thing. I assume you all like college football if you're watching this video, and link down below, I'll have a link to my brand new podcast. The first episode could be out by the time this video comes out. I'm pre-recording these, so I'm not sure. But I'm going to be doing that with my good friend Brivical, and we are going to be just talking about college football each week of the college football season. And so if that sounds interesting to you, make sure to go down below and leave a subscription. We do have a trailer, so you can go ahead and watch that, and that will be starting soon. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the schedule. They start out on a Thursday night against Minnesota on the road. This game had me thinking for a little bit. Minnesota is going to be a pretty good team. It's on the road. All crowds across the country are going to be louder this year just because they're excited to see their teams again. It's on Thursday night. I think that this could be a big game. I'm excited to see how it turns out. I think it could definitely be a one-score game, but at the end of the day, I think Ohio State is just going to come out at the end. It's going to be a big scare, but they're just good enough to get past Minnesota. It's going to have people questioning how good they are. I think it will, but I think they're able to get out victorious. They move on to Oregon the next week. Because it's on a Thursday, they'll have more time to rest up and prepare. Huge game, the home opener. I'm super excited to see this one as well. I gotta tell you, these first two games, they're gonna be fun to watch, especially if you're an Ohio State fan. Oregon, very good team, better than Minnesota for sure. And so, the thing is though, I know I just said that it's gonna be really close against Minnesota, but having that game, they're going to learn a lot about themselves, I think. They'll have to face some adversity, and I think that's going to help C.J. Stroud get into his rhythm a bit. He's going to learn from his mistakes. It's at home. I think they're able to pull off a big win against Oregon, and they improved to 2-0. Up next, they have Tulsa. They were really good last year, but I believe they lost quite a bit. They're not going to be as good. It could be a little bit close for a quarter. Maybe even at halftime you look at the score and you're like, whoa, what's going on? But I don't see Ohio State dropping this one. I also see them beating Akron. I think they went 0-12 2 years ago. This is not a good Akron team. They're not like what they were a few years ago. I think they get a win there before playing Rutgers. Rutgers is going to be an okay team. They could even make a bowl game. On the road, it's in the middle of the season, not before or after any big game, so I'm not that worried about it, but Rutgers may keep it close for a little bit. You may think about it, like at halftime, kind of like that Tulsa one. It could be pretty close, but once again, I think Ohio State comes away with it. Same with Maryland. It's at home. I think they should be able to win both of those. Now, here's where things get interesting. They get a bye week, rest up, looking good. They've really gotten into their rhythm. Tulsa, Akron, Rutgers, Maryland. Besides Akron, they're all okay teams. 2 of them are Big Ten teams, so I think they're going to be playing some of their best football at this point. Get a bye week, they're feeling good about themselves. But then you play Indiana. Indiana lost 42-35 last year in Columbus. I know there wasn't fans, but still, that point stands. It wasn't on their home turf. Indiana has a lot of returning production. They have Michael Penix again. They're going to be really good. Indiana has home field advantage. You see all these things. I don't feel like Ohio State is going to go 12-0. They very well could. This schedule isn't hard enough where I'm confident they're going to lose a game for sure. But it's not the type of schedule where I'm confident they're going to go 12-0. Out of all these games, what game would they lose? The most likely one is Indiana. I know a lot of Ohio State fans are gonna be a little bit mad at me. They have a freshman quarterback. I just think that Indiana, they're gonna be looking for a big win. And I think they get it here. They get revenge over Ohio State. But looking ahead to next week against Penn State, it's at home. Penn State should rebound a bit. They should be like a 9-3 type team. Maybe 8-4, maybe 8 or 10-2 if they really have a good rebound. Because it's at home, it's in the horseshoe. Ohio State should be able to rebound quite a bit from Indiana. Once again, kind of like the Minnesota game, they're going to face some adversity. They're going to grow up a little bit. I think they're able to come back, get a big win against Penn State. And now looking at the schedule, I think they get the ball rolling again. They put that behind themselves. They know that if they control their destiny, they very well could be in the college football playoff. So, again, and next up they have Nebraska on the road. Nebraska is going to be probably a pretty good team, but I don't see Ohio State losing to them. Maybe it's a close game, kind of like the Tulsa or Rutgers. Maybe it's kind of close at halftime, and once again, you're like, whoa, what's going on? But I don't see Nebraska beating Ohio State, I'm going to be honest. Then Purdue, they're probably the worst team in the West. I think they beat them. Michigan State, they could be the worst team in the East. I think they probably beat them. Both of those are at home. And then they play Michigan. At this point, does this even feel like a rivalry? Ohio State has won so many. Ohio State's the best team in the state of Michigan now. I have Ohio State going 11-1. Maybe 12-0 if they beat Indiana, but I'll go back to it. Ohio State, at this point, I don't see Jim Harbaugh beating Ohio State. I think they beat Michigan. It could be a little close because it's on the road, but I gotta go with Ohio State. But jokes aside, I have the Buckeyes going 11-1 with their one loss to Indiana. I very well could see them going 12-0. But with Minnesota and Oregon and Indiana, and if there's a big upset, Nebraska, Rutgers, or Michigan, I think that there is a chance that they will lose a game. And I'm right in the middle between 11-1 and 12-0. And if it's not the Indiana game, I see them losing one. Most teams, when I predict them, even if I have a feeling that could go 12-0, I'm going to give them an 11-1 record because just, especially with a schedule that's kind of, a lot of these teams, they could be really good, like Nebraska or Michigan. They could have a big rebound. Penn State. Indiana, we assume, is going to be really good. Minnesota will probably be back. I don't see them going 12-0. I'm going to give them that 11-1 record. So, let me know what you guys think down below about the Ohio State Buckeyes. Do you think they get to that 12-0? Do you think somehow they go 10-2? I don't. I see them going 11-1. I don't know what 2 games on here they're going to lose if they're going to lose 2. But, I mean, it's college football. It could happen. But I'm going to go with 11-1. Let me know what you guys think down below. Make sure to check out my podcast. The next episode is going to be coming out soon. It could even be already out depending on when this gets uploaded. That being said, I do want to thank you all very much for watching. I have the Ohio State Buckeyes going 11-1 in 2021 in college football. I want to thank you all for watching once again, and I'll see you all later. Take care.